I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review. This is a review for Emmanuel. It's a PayPal request. Thank you so much for that. If anyone's ever interested in requesting pretty much any type of video or review or movie topic or again, any type of video, you can either send the request directly to my PayPal or join me on my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. If not, no worries. But so, thank you so much. But this one, it's a film I did not know about. It's called Witness to the Mob from 1998. And I come to find out it was actually an NBC, I want to say NBC made for TV, like, I guess miniseries, because it's on YouTube for free and it was almost 3 hours long. And I was a bit surprised when, oh, here's the request. Fuck, it's almost 3 hours long? Shit. Because what it is, it's based on a true story about John Gotti, but it's more about Sammy Gravano. Now, for those who don't know who Sammy Gravano is, this is a guy who turned in evidence, ratted out to the FBI, which led to John Gotti getting life in prison. And then Sammy Gravano got into the Federal Witness Protection Program. Because it shows him rising the ranks of the Gambino crime family and how that rise develops. A lot of times it's people being their friends, but then there's betrayal upon betrayal, and sooner or later many of these guys get shot by their own because they talked too much, or they talked to the wrong person, or they did something wrong. I guess that's really the big point of the film, is that during this rise of getting deeper and deeper, more people who are your friends become your enemies, and there's really nobody you can trust. And really what this came off as a lesser Goodfellas. That's kind of how I felt about this. I didn't mind it for what it was. I didn't hate it. The cast was a bit interesting. Nick Turturro, not John Turturro, Nick Turturro played the lead, Sammy Gravano, and it was interesting to see him in this kind of role, because Nick Turturro, I can't think of a lot of movies where he's the star of the film. Usually when I saw him in films, he was a supporting role. Like he was in I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry. And I'm trying to think, like, what was the film? Well, mainly for TV, he was more well known. NYPD Blue, he would be in Blue Bloods. Mostly TV work. He was in Jungle Fever, Malcolm X. He was in Excess Baggage, wow. I forgot he was in Hellraiser Inferno, which I reviewed when I did my Hellraiser marathon. That's right, with Craig Sheffer. I forgot that. That's right. Again, that review is up on the channel. Yeah, he worked with Adam Sandler in The Longest Yard. I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry. He was in The Zookeeper, Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. So it seems like a couple things. He's worked with Spike Lee. He's worked with Adam Sandler, Kevin James, TV work. He's the younger brother of John Turturro. And he did fine for the role he was playing. I mean, he did fine. It's not anything... Oh, wow, he gave a knockout performance. He's not a guy that... I hate to say this. I don't think he's a guy that's particularly leading man material. So a part of me is like, I wonder if you had another more intense actor. See, that's the thing. Like, Nick Turturro does fine, but I don't think of him as intense. And I think if you had a more intense guy, but at the same time, I don't know who you would get. Like, I don't know if there were any other choices for Sammy Gravano, and if they were, like, who were they? I mean, I'm not sure. But yeah, he did fine. The reason I say it's a lot like Goodfellas, granted, yeah, this is based on a true story, because it's a lot of narration, just like Ray Liotta had a lot of narration, and both showcase the rise, the build-up, and then the character turning evidence into the witness protection program, and it ends with them with Ray Liotta in witness protection in this a little bit after that, where he's gone through that and he's a little bit on his own. And it doesn't have the direction of a Martin Scorsese film. It doesn't have as much of the strong camera work, and because it's made for TV, there's a little bit of violence, but it's not oh shit violence like in Goodfellas. For example, the scene where Joe Pesci gets killed. Like, ooh shit. There's little blood hitting a wall or something, but that's about it. So it does have a couple little strikes against it. But at the same time, being ignorant, because I knew of John Gotti, but I've never seen any of the other movies about John Gotti. I know there's one with Armand Assante, which maybe that'd be interesting, because Armand Assante, pretty good actor. I know there's one with John Travolta, which has a lot of fucking hate. And people said it's... I have seen Cinema Snob's review of that, and it seems pretty fucking awful. But this was my first experience seeing the story. Whether how much is true, how much is not, that's the whole thing with based on true stories. Okay, well, how much of it is actually true? And how much of it is... Put that in because it works. So to be... while watching it, it was interesting to see how it unfolded and all the amount of betrayals that builds up. Tom Sizemore is John Gotti. He plays John Gotti. I thought he did a good job. I'm guessing Armand Assante is better, but Tom Sizemore did fine as John Gotti. I like Tom Sizemore. My favorite of his is The Relic from 1997, but you know, when he's not filled up with fucking drugs, he's a pretty good actor. I think you also have that guy Frank Vincent, which I just reviewed, the film he starred in, Chicago Overcoat, whatever the fuck it was called. Abe Vigoda. He's like the crime boss, and then sort of midway through the film they realize things are going sour, so Nick Turturro and Tom Sizemore decide we gotta take care of this guy, and then John Gotti's gonna be the new teen of New York, so to speak. A lot of double crosses, a lot of dealings with the tapes, FBI tapes, betrayals, and by the end, Sammy Gravano realized that John Gotti was setting up for the fall, and based on this movie, and that Gotti was trying to bury him deeper and deeper with these tapes and the recordings on them. So like, fuck it, I'm gonna, set me up to tape the fall. I'm gonna do it first. And made a lot of enemies, which I'm surprised with that many enemies. I don't know if Sammy Gravano is still alive, but the fact he lasted longer than a month with that many people, I'm just surprised. Just surprised. I think with the way how many betrayals and double crosses there were, you think someone would be like, fuck it, I don't care. Witness protection, bullshit. You protect many things, but you can't protect the bullet from your brain. It was right there. I mean, it was interesting, some of the songs they used, recognizable songs like Money, 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 Money. So they definitely had some dough for music, the soundtrack. It is a lengthy film. It's almost 3 hours long. But at the end of the day, I would never watch it again because part of me would go, just watch fucking Goodfellas. It's almost the same fucking story. Maybe that's the thing, done better. Because Ray Liotta is, I'm sorry, he's a better actor than Nick Turturro. I don't mind Nick Turturro as an actor. He just doesn't have that intense, even of like a Joe Pesci or Ray Liotta or stuff in Goodfellas. It just, and because it's made for TV, so it can't get as violent as some of those movies are, and it is a bit long in the tooth. I don't know if it needed to be 3 hours long. I wouldn't say Sammy Gravano's life was that interesting to need 3 hours. I think there's an hour you could take out of this, or at least 30, 40 minutes. But seeing the story unfold, the John Gotti, whether how much is true is not, seeing Tom Sizemore, I still got more out of this than the Chicago Overcoat movie that I reviewed a few weeks ago. If you're really into mob films and you're really into the case of John Gotti, sure. If you're really into actors like Tom Sizemore and Nick Turturro, sure, go watch it. Again, it's for free on YouTube. You wouldn't be paying anything. Again, I just go watch Goodfellas. It kind of makes me want to watch Gotti one day on Asante. But hey, with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.